guys, welcome to Anita Crochets. My name is Anita. Today I'm going to be working the donor skirt. I have promised ages and ages that I will be working the tutorial for that skirt because most of you fell in love with it, and today it's exactly what we are going to do. It's a very fun project to make, and it's very easy, but I don't know the name of the stitch that I'm going to be working with, but I just know it's a very beautiful pattern that you all can like enjoy making, and it is super fast to like get done with. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be working with Seagull. It's 4-ply, 50 grams, and lastly it is size 2 yarn, so I'm going to be doubling my strands. I am going to be working with a 6mm hook. Okay, and you will need a pair of scissors, darning needle, and a tape measure if you wish, but it's just that I have my measurements in my head and my predictions for adjustments I would need for larger sizes, so that's why I'm not having a tape measure with me. But to be on a safer side for you guys, you will have your tape measure. Let's get started. So first and foremost, I'm working this for a size medium, so I am going to be making a knot just like this. If you're working for a size small, you are going to chain 41. If you're working for a size medium, you are going to chain 51, and if you're working for a larger size, you can go all the way to 61. Okay, so I'm going to work 41 chains. 1 2 3 4. So once you have the number of chains that you are required to have, you are going to chain one more chain and then work a single crochet into the second chain stitch from the hook, and go ahead working one single crochet into every chain stitch until you come to the end of your row. So guys, once you are done working your single crochets, you will chain 2 and turn your work, yarn over, work 2 double crochets together into this very first stitch, just like that. Okay, now chain 3, skip 4, 1 2 3 4. Now into the 5th, you are going to work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into this very same stitch, chain 3, skip 4, 1 2 3 4. Now into the 5th, you work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into that very same stitch, chain 3, skip 4, work 1 single crochet into the 5th stitch, and then chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into that very same stitch. See what we are getting? Now you are going to continue doing this until you get to the very last stitch. I'm just going to get back to show you guys how I've worked the very last stitch. Now once you get to the last stitch, this is what you will do. Still, you'll do the very same thing, chain 3, skip 4, 1 2 3 4. Now into the 5th, you will work a single crochet, then chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into that very same stitch. So that's how you end your row. That's very simple. So this is what we have, and this is our first row of this pattern. Now here you are going to chain 4 and turn your work, yarn over into the very first stitch, which was the two double crochet together stitch. Into the tip of it right there, you work 2 double crochets together, just like that. Now you chain 3, so literally it's not any different from what we have been doing. Here you chain 3 and into chain 3, skip 1 2 3 stitches. Oh no, literally there are 4 stitches because we have a single crochet here and then a chain 3, so there are 4 stitches we are skipping. So you skip 4 and into the 5th stitch you work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into that very same stitch. Now you see that I'm working this stitch on top of the 2 double crochets together, okay? And this is what we are trying to get now. So chain 3, skip 4 and into this stitch you work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together, chain 3, skip 4, work 1 single crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets together, just like that, chain 3, skip 4 and into the next you work a single crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochets together, and this you are going to do all the way until you are close to the end. That's where I'm going to meet you guys and then show you what to do. I finished working my 3 chains, and now into this very last stitch I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together, all in this very same stitch, and there I have ended my row, and this is how my work looks like. So you can see that we have finished working the second row of our this pattern. So clearly to work the next row you are going to do the very same thing, chain 4, turn your work 2 double crochets together into this very first stitch, and then you are going to chain 3, skip 4, work a single crochet into the 5th stitch right there, and work 2 chains and then 2 double crochets into the very same stitch right there, chain 3, skip 4, work a single crochet into the 5th stitch, and then chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into this very same stitch. So clearly it's not any different from what we have been doing, and I'm not going to work this whole row with you guys. I just want you guys to work this row because on the next row I'm going to be working an increase, okay, because I am looking at where the hips are going to go. So I'll be working an increase for the next row, but if you're working for sizes large and size, yeah, extra large or something, you are going to have to work 2 more rows from this before you work an increase that I'm going to show you on the next row, okay? So if you're working for sizes small and medium, we are going to work an increase on the next row. That means on the 4th row of this pattern, that's where we are going to work an increase. But if you're working for sizes large, you're going to work an increase on the 6th row, okay? So let me let you guys work your rows and come to the end of them. That's why I'm going to meet you guys and then show you how to work an increase for our hips. So guys, here I am and I've finished working my row. So to work an increase for your hips, you are going to chain 4 and turn your work into this very first stitch. We work 2 double crochets together, and then chain 3, work a single crochet still in that very same stitch, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together, all in this very first stitch, okay? So that means we are going to have 2 of these in here, okay? Now we chain 3 and then go ahead with the pattern, the way the pattern flows, skipping 4 and then working a single crochet and then chain 2 double crochets together into the 5th stitch, and go ahead doing this. That's until you come to the end of the row, but I'm going to meet you once you are just close to ending your row. I'm going to meet you once you are here. Okay, that's where I'm going to meet you and then show you how to end your row. So just go ahead, pick up where I have left off, and go ahead and do this until you are here. That's where I will show you how to end the row. So right here, I am going to work my 3 chains, and into this very last stitch I am going to work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into the very same stitch, and then chain 3, work a single crochet still in that stitch, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together into that very same stitch. So clearly this is how we started the row, and this is how we are ending it. Okay, so for the next row we are going to chain 4, turn our work, work 2 double crochets together into this very first stitch, and then chain 3, skip 4 stitches now into this double crochet together right here, into this double crochet together right here. That's where we are going to insert our hook and work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together, and then chain 3, skip 4, continue with how the pattern has to go until you get to getting close to the end. That's where I'm going to meet you guys and then show you how to work with the increase that we made on the other end of our row. You see that we have this increase. It may not look like gradual because the pattern we are working with, you just like have to find a way in which you can insert an increase, because it's an increase that we need. If we don't have it, we are going to lose shape of our skirt or fitting of our skirt. So it's an increase that we need, and you just have to improvise a way on how to work an increase with this kind of pattern. So don't worry about how the edges are looking like. They will later be fined out. They will later get fine once we get to working on the edges. So let me let you guys work your row until you are right here. That's where I'm going to meet you guys and show you how to work into this. So right here we are going to chain 3, and into the stitch right here we shall work a single crochet and then work 2 double crochets together. Okay, chain 3, skip 4, into this very last stitch we work our single crochet and then chain 2, work 2 double crochets together. So that's how we end our row. And the next row is not any different from what we have been doing. So you chain 4, turn your work, work 2 double crochets together into this very first stitch, and then chain 3, skip 4, into the 5th you work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets together, all in this very same stitch. Just like that. Okay, so you are going to continue this for each and every row, because each and every row. So see how our increase is turning out. It is starting to like blend with what we are trying to do. So clearly what you see is I have worked just 1 row of an increase, and I don't want to add any more rows because the increase itself is a little bit too huge, not gradual. Okay, so I don't want to work any more increases, or else it will look too big, or it will like go away too much for the hips I'm working this for. I would also advise, whether you are working a size large or something, kindly just work one row of an increase, just like I have done, and don't add any more increases unless you are working this for someone with a very small waist and very huge hips. Okay, that's when you will work a second row of an increase after 2 normal rows. Okay, so clearly, and also the other reason is I want this super tight because it's going to have a cutout on the side, so it is good if it is tight enough to have the cutout like split out in this kind of form, like bracket form, just like you see in the picture there where my client is putting it on, just like you see it there. So clearly it is better that way. Okay, if you make it too huge, the cutout will not like form that bracket like thing to like show the cutout on the sides properly. So that's why we are trying to work with a very little increase. And also the fact that we are working with a 6mm hook, our work is super stretchy. You see that it gives you a very good stretch, so I wouldn't advise someone to work a second row of an increase. From here I'm going to let you guys work all the way down until you have the length of the skirt that you want. For me, I am working this for a size small, close to medium, but I'm working a short skirt. Okay, because in the first place I worked a long one, so I'm trying out a short skirt and seeing how it's going to turn out. And for you, I would love so much that you work to the length that you desire. Okay, so go ahead working these rows just like I have showed you on how to work them until you have the length of the skirt that you desire. That's why I'm going to meet you guys and get back and show you how to work the next thing. So just to show you how my skirt looks like. Okay, so for me this is the end of it, and here once you have come to the end of your row, you are going to chain one and turn your work 1 single crochet into the very first stitch, and you will chain 4, 1 2 3 4, skip 4, and into the 5th stitch right there you will work a single crochet, chain 4, skip all these stitches, and into this you work a single crochet, chain 4, skip all these, work a single crochet into the next, and this you are going to do until you come to the end of your row. See what we have? That's what it gives us. Okay, so do this until you come to the end of your row. That's where I'm going to meet you guys and show you what to do next. So here I am at the end of my row, and that's how my work looks like. And here I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work a single crochet into this very first stitch. Now into the chain 4 space, still I am going to work 4 single crochets. Once I have all 4, I'll work a single crochet into the next stitch and continue working 4 single crochets into the chain 4 space and 1 single crochet into the next stitch. This I am going to do until I come to the end of my row. So you see what we have. So chain 1, turn your work 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way until you come to the end of your row, and you are going to do the very same thing for the next row as well. I may not want a huge band for this, so I'm just going to work I think 1 more row is great. So just work this row until the end, chain one, turn your work another row, just work in single crochets into every stitch until the end of the row. Okay, so as you can see, I have literally worked 4 rows in total, 4 rows of this kind of single crochet. And now I am going to start working on my edges right here. So I'm just going to turn my work to the sides, and into this very first stitch of the single crochet I'll work 1 single crochet, and into the next single crochet post I will work a single crochet and a single crochet. Now into this post still I work a single crochet. Now as you can see here, for every chain 4 that we worked is a double crochet post. So usually for every double crochet I usually just work two single crochets into every double crochet post. So I'm just going to get in the middle of this 1 single crochet, and the second single crochet will be at the base of that double crochet post. Or if this is going to confuse you, you can literally just work 2 single crochets into the post itself and then go ahead put 2 single crochets right here. But in most cases I don't want that, more like gapping and ridging, because of the skipping that you work from here up to here. Okay, so that's why I just work 1 single crochet into the post itself and the second single crochet into the base of the post right there. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, let me just show you guys how it looks already. You see, it is straightened. Okay, this will also finish out and we shall have something super straight. So I am going to let you guys to do this until you get to the end of your row. I'm going to let you guys do this until you get to the end of your row. So that's why I'm going to meet you guys and show you what to do next. So this is how my work looks like, and I have come to the top. Now here we are just going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, still once again we are going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way back down. This is just more like to polish our edges and have very neat edges. So work this all the way down until you come to the end of your row. That's where I'm going to meet you guys and then show you what to do next. So guys, I have finished working my second row of the single crochet on the sides, and once you come to the end you'll cut your yarn and weave in your ends. So you will turn to this side and do the very same thing, go all the way up and come all the way down. Okay, now what I am going to show you, once you have done work the edges on this side as well, you are now going to get your yarn and make a knot, insert your hook into the loop and work, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, work 10 chains, and into the 3rd chain stitch from the hook you will work 1/2 double crochet, work 1/2 double crochet in the next, and do this for each and every chain stitch, just like that. And once you come to the end of your row right there, you are going to chain 2, turn your work 1/2 double crochet into every stitch, all the way until the end. There should be 8 stitches, okay? So once you come to the end, chain 2, turn your work, do the very same thing, and you are going to do this because what we are trying to work right now is a waistband. So you are going to work your waistband until you have the length, that's the very same length that you have for your waist right here, okay? So work this until when you place your waistband right here from the start here, it actually matches the length up to the end right here, okay? So that's where I'm going to meet you guys at the end of you having your waistband done, and I'll just show you how to like attach it to this. So I finished working my waistband, okay? Now here we are just going to work 1 row of single crochet on the edge of it. So you will just try to find where to place a single crochet. It's better you know the number of stitches that are on your for your waist for the piece, this piece, okay, up here. So if you worked 50 here, make sure you are working 50 single crochets on the edge of the waistband right here, so that it's easy for you to like stitch it together. Then so I'm going to let you guys work this until you come to the end, just working single crochets into the half double crochet posts at the edge, okay? And then I'm going to get back and show you how to stitch the two together. So once you have the same number of single crochets with the stitches you started this project with, you are going to hold this in out and hold your work in out like this, and we are going to stitch these two together from the corner right here. So you get into the very first stitch and into the first stitch of the project right there, and work your single crochet into both pieces. So you work your single crochet into the single crochets that started the project and the single crochets that you just worked along the edge of the waistband. And there, once you insert your hook, you'll pull through and work a single crochet, okay? So you are going to go all the way until you come to the end, working this until everything is fully like attached. Or you can use your darning needle if this is very confusing. I'm just going to get back and no. Once you are done joining, you are going to follow the very same steps we have worked from the start to the end. I'm just going to get back to explain to you how many stitches to work with for the next piece, okay, and what effect it does with the number of stitches you start with for the second piece, which will be like the back piece, okay? So I just want to show you guys what exactly I'm trying to say. We have our front piece like this. Let me assume you have also worked a short skirt like I have. So this is our front piece. And now we want the cutout to be, I love mine like on the side of my thigh, not really on the side, but almost to the front of my thigh, okay? So that's why I want mine. So to get the effect and have the cutout here, you will have, if you started with 40 chain stitches or 41 chain stitches for the front piece, that means for the back piece, okay, that means for the back piece you are going to start with 50, okay? Sorry, 51. Because what I am trying to get here is the back piece should slightly be bigger than the front. If you started with 51 for your front piece, you should have a back piece of 61 chain stitches, okay? So we just want that difference so that it is large enough to come all the way to the sides of your to the sides of your thigh, okay? It is in the picture, in the pictures I shared before we started this tutorial, so that's what I'm trying to mean. So once you have fully attached, like I have, just like that, once you have fully attached this, and remember you have worked all your edges, you are going to work another piece, and I'm just going to get back and show you how to attach the sides into a cutout, okay? So let me get you guys there and then show you what to do. So guys, I worked my edge. I haven't attached this side yet, but I'm just trying to show you how it is. As you can see, I worked this side and I have my cutout right there. They may not be very visible until they get on skin, and you will see like how it turns out. So clearly this is it. To work your edges, first of all, you're going to get a darning needle and put this together, okay? Stitch it together like this. I'm just going to show you how to work on the edge this side so we can attach this into a cutout. So I'm going to be attaching this side. Remember, I have worked my 1 row on the edge of this side. Remember, we have to have 2 rows of single crochet. So I've worked 1 row of single crochet, and it is the second row, on the second row of single crochet, that I'm going to be attaching to this side to create the cutout, just like it is here. Okay, just like it is here. So it is this second row of single crochet that helps me create this cutout, okay? So once you have your first row on the edge of the second piece, which is your back piece, to start working the second row, luckily my row has ended up all the way up, like at the waist, so it's going to be very easy for me to go down counting my stitches and attaching them the way I should. Yes, so for the first stitch, you are going to get into the first stitch on this side just below your waistband, okay? And right there you will pull through and work a single crochet, and into the second stitch right there, still you'll do the same, work a single crochet to attach the two, okay? And now into the next stitch, you are going to work a single crochet on the back piece, okay, alone. Okay, so we count 1, do the same for the next until you have 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10. Now I'm going to count 10 stitches from here as well, from the last stitch I worked, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now into the 11th, I will insert my hook that's on the front piece, and also get to the back and insert my hook into the 11th stitch on the back piece right there, and then I'll pull through and work a single crochet to attach the two. And I'm going to do the same thing for the second stitch. Just like that. So we have our first cutout, okay? See that? Now I'm going to be working on the back piece alone. Still I'm going to work 10 single crochets. So and 10. So into the 11th, I'm going to count 10 on the front piece. So I'll insert my hook into the 11th stitch on the front piece, and also insert my hook into the 11th stitch on the back piece and pull through yarn, work a single crochet to attach the two. Do the very same thing for the second stitch, which is the 12th. Yeah, and there you have gotten your second cutout. So still we are going to do the very same thing for the third cutout, because I'm only working 3 cutouts. You can work more if you wish, or you can even just work cutouts all the way through the entire slit, all the way until you get down. Okay, get here, count your stitches, and into the 11th you will insert your hook and insert your hook in there and attach the two. And there you have your 3 cutouts. So once you have the number of cutouts that you want, you are now just going to be working single crochets along the edge of the back piece all the way down until you come to the end of your project. And there you will just get back up here with your darning needle or your hook and attach the waist together. Also do the same for this side, attach them together, and there you'll have your skirt complete. And that's how it will have to look like. Okay, you can see because our back piece is a little larger than our front, it will fold to the front. So the more you want your cutouts to be on the front, like if you want them a little more like midway your front, the front of your thigh, you will have to work less starting chains here, so that it is small, like up to here, and then the back piece will have to fold to the front, giving you the effect right here and right here. So it's just a matter of playing around with the sizes of the front piece and the back piece, that's all. So we have come to the end of our tutorial. I hope you guys loved working the lunar skirt with me, and I hope you guys actually love wearing this because it is super sleek and I love how it turned out. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Let me see you all in my next tutorial. Goodbye.